The Cincinnati Bengals put up 30-plus points with no Jamar Chase. The Lions, man, they stunned the Giants. The Bills, they bounced back after the loss from the Vikings. And it won't be no icy chains for Kirk Cousins on the plane ride home. Find out what we cover in these topics on this episode of the SBS. What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is the Super Biased Sports Show, a place where a fan can be a fan, no matter how biased their take is. I'm one of your hosts, B-Rob, and I'm here with a gang of other dope hosts. I'm going to let them go ahead and introduce themselves.
It's me again. Ramon is back in town, but leaving town again. He's new to the stream, my boy Trenton.
What's up, everybody? Trenton, new to the stream. I'm excited about what we're getting into today. We'll talk about my Cowboys. We'll shoot it off to the next one.
Hey, it's Pedro back again for the second time. You already know Bills Mafia. Got a lot to discuss. It's going to get real heated here. A couple of discussions we're going to talk about is everyone's going to give a shout out to their team and how we did this weekend. And then we'll cover a little bit about tonight's Monday night game in Mexico.
Awesome.
Ramon, you want to hit it up?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Last episode, I was talking about how we were going to sweep the floor with Detroit. I didn't mention how the offense was good, but I did not think that we got beat prison style. No lube. I don't know what else to say. Then we lost like 7 defenders that game. Our top cornerback, Jackson, ACL injury, gone for the year. Our defensive line got dismantled.
Mm-hmm.
Our offensive line couldn't. Saquon Barkley was getting hit by 3 people before he even reached the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And then we playing. I can't remember what team it is next. It's just not looking. It's not looking too good for us in the near future. It would be hard for us not to make the playoffs, but right now, the way things are tumbling downhill, I don't know. I don't know. I'm done talking about the Giants for today.
Hey, I've never seen Trenton laugh so much and be so happy right now as a Cowboys fan. I just want to throw that out there.
That's almost a Super Bowl.
Look, they should have had the I'm not for players getting hurt, but they should have had the stretcher, literally multiple stretchers next to the actual sideline, not near the tunnel for that game. Because other than that, man, 3 touchdowns, Williams. Fantasy owners was loving it.
I had him on my bench. On the bench. Boy, went crazy.
With that being said, I mean, statistically, with Detroit, they're top 10 offense this year.
Scoring wise, they're 100%. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, obviously, it was a little bit of a surprise just looking at their record, but
it was a trap game. It was a trap game.
Look, I won't say it was a trap game only because this. And I had a talk with one of our friends of the show when we were out on an outing last week, and I told him I was picking Detroit to win, and he was kind of along the same lines, like, man, do I feel like a hater if I pick Detroit because I'm a Cowboys fan and I don't want the Giants to win? And the only thing I could think of was like, yo, how many times did Detroit put up 30 points or almost 30 points, even against good defenses? So I'm like, it's the football. It's any given Sunday. The way the Giants looked last week, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm rolling with the Lions, and boy, was I correct. I was the only one that picked the Lions too in the pick 'em. So that one felt good.
Irv needs to keep picking against the Giants. Now he does it. We lost.
Well, it's not. It's the Giants, so I mean, we knew what was going to eventually happen. The record, it was It was a fluke. We know it. I mean,
Injuries happen. For now,
which
we're gonna get
is
it
that an
together.
excuse? Is that an
Nah, it's not
excuse?
an excuse. We just got to get it together for the next 2 games. It's gonna take us a while to build our momentum back, but we're gonna be good for the Eagles.
Okay.
You heard how he said the Eagles, not the Cowboys.
It'll be good for the Eagles.
Not the Cowboys. Which I mean, there's no
I got
real
y'all
reason to
winning
talk.
about the same score.
Oh,
Like how Detroit did us.
I think with the way Dallas just played, I mean, we took on Minnesota this week, and you may have missed it because they turned our game off because we were blowing them out. Final score was 40-3. So I think that, I mean, this week everybody was just saying how Minnesota's going to win, how Dallas lost to Green Bay, and they talked all about us. Some people, even on this podcast, was trying to show some hate towards Trayvon, saying that he's not a shutdown cornerback. All of these just crazy takes. But as a real fan, not even me being biased, just as a real fan, just knowing what our team has, Micah, the man was talking all week. He was upset after they lost to Green Bay, and he called out his entire defense, and he put the team on blast and let them know, like, listen, this is not okay. This is not the standard, and he set the tone, and that's the thing that I love about Dallas. I don't see us in the Super Bowl, but I see us as a tough team, and I give us a shot every week. And he set the tone. He came out first drive, and he lit Kirk Cousins up, strip sack fumble, and it was all uphill for Dallas and downhill for Minnesota after that. Dak, people was hating on Dak, but he came out, and I've always said in our group chats, I kept saying, if as long as we run the ball heavy and Dak only throws the ball about 25 times, that's a winning formula for Dallas. He went, 22 or 25, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns. He even surprised me when he took off running for 16 yards. And our running game completely just led. Tony Pollard just came out, and I mean, the dude was just MVP level yesterday. Had a total of 189 yards, 80, I think it was 80 yards rushing, and 109 yards receiving. Dude was just all over the place.
Balling.
And I mean, overall, we just completely destroyed him. Kirk Cousins, my man, he was just, maybe it was all those chains that he was wearing got a little bit too heavy for him. But he just didn't look too good. He was no competition. He went 12 of 23 for 105 yards. Our defense, though, back to the whole Micah thing, set the tone. We ended the game with 7 sacks. And Kirk Cousins, at one point, they showed him over on the sideline. He had blood running down his hands. He just looked like he was ready to just throw in the towel. That was probably about the time where they took our game off of TV and they put the Cincinnati Bengals on. So we are ready, though, for Thanksgiving. It's been a rough few years for Dallas fans. We can't get a W. But this year, I'm going to go out and guarantee that we are going to beat the Giants.
It's a division matchup. That's all I gotta say. Look at
2
the Eagles.
touchdowns. I say at least by 2 touchdowns. I'm going to put that out there.
Shoot,
Y'all do what y'all want.
The margin right now is what, 8.5?
That's pretty big. That's pretty big for betting. That's a touchdown right there.
Yeah, it is.
They got them winning by more than a touchdown.
Well, look, I'll say this, right? I'll say this. Far as fantasy wise, I was not liking this matchup. I said it in the chat earlier about how Diggs changed his gameplay this year opposed to last year. And fantasy wise, I have Justin Jefferson, and he didn't produce for me. And I will say, he did 45 snaps, and then out of those 45, 33 of those were routes where he ran routes, like plays where he ran routes. And out of those 33, the guy only had 4 targets, man. And compared to last week, which I think is even more of an insult to a Bills fan, that Dallas held them to 3, which is like, geez. And I don't know if it was because of the overtime that did it, man, or what. But all I know is the score is the score. You play whoever you're.
You know why? Because Micah was not playing middle linebacker this game like he was last week.
He did have a lot more snaps on the line for a fact.
But he only played that because we had a bunch of injuries. So we were short at linebacker.
But man,
But
I ought to put Ezekiel at linebacker before I put. He gets to the quarterback. He looks little. He looks so little. And he just boom at the quarterback. I'll keep him on the line.
Hey, when
I
you
hope
got
they go back
speed,
to play him in middle linebacker against the Giants. We'll be fine if you do that one.
when you
we healthy.
got speed and good hand movement on your rushing moves,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's literally because I mean Micah doesn't bull rush anybody. Everything
No.
is speed and hand win, and
Yeah,
it's hard to keep your hands on him when he's rushing. So
yeah.
All right. And
definitely
more on
impacting
that
again for sure.
Thanksgiving matchup. Let's not act like I was about to say Tony no. Like Dak Prescott is the next coming of whatever quarterback out there that y'all had that won the Super Bowl. What was his name?
Troy,
Yeah, he ain't the next Troy Aikman, man. The guy for that game, he averaged 5 yards a pass. He only had 3 passes over 20 yards, and one of them was to Pollard on that when he beat him on the wheel route. That was it.
but see,
Average of 5 yards.
we're not
So,
looking for Dak to come
right.
out and throw the ball 30, 40
But
times.
that's the
We
Giants is gonna
we
make that
are a
happen.
run heavy. You guys don't have a chance. We are
We gonna
a
make
run
that happen.
heavy team with Tony. We
Sheesh.
got the best duo with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. No way y'all shutting them down. No
Hey,
way.
So
we
Trenton,
just
let me
gotta
ask
slow
you
it
this
down.
then:
But
when do you think they'll have Tony Pollard starting over Zeke? Because
They
I mean,
won't.
as far as money
they
is
not.
concerned and everything
They
like
not.
Yeah, I
that,
don't think
they
they
have to
are.
So
have Zeke and
it's
It's a
starting.
pride thing for old boy.
it's not from the outside looking in. People look at it like, yeah, it could be pride or whatever. But no, I mean, if you look at it, the thing that we were truly missing in the Green Bay game was Ezekiel Elliott. Tony Pollard is going to run outside. He's going to do all that. Zeke is going to run right at you every time. He's going to run at you, run through you, and those are the things that we were missing. It was first of all, it was terrible play calling on Kellen Moore's part, and then not having Zeke back there for pass protection is really vital for us. So having him back just shows what the team is. So I don't think that you start Pollard over Zeke. I think you keep them as a duo, and respectfully, they are a great tandem to have. You got a power back and you got a finesse back, and there's no reason to mess that up. No, once you change it, now you just screw everything up. I
Mhm.
think they stick with the formula, run both of them. They're both threats. I mean, yeah, Zeke's not putting up the stats that he was before, but he's still a very important part to our offense. So
And
now,
Pollard, he got some good blocks. I was shocked because normally they just run through him or run right past him.
yeah,
Zeke is one of the best blocking, unfortunately, running backs that there is out there. But Pollard, they normally just. But that game,
they run right through him.
You got this recorded, right? You got a Giants fan saying that a
look,
Cowboys fan
I'm gonna give
is the best
respect
running
when
back out
respect is due.
We got to,
I
especially
hope Micah is
when
middle linebacker.
you're third in the division. You got to respect the teams that's above you. It just makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yep.
Same record, but yeah.
there. Got you. So, yeah,
Yeah,
no.
what you got? What
My
you got
game
for
of
us,
the week.
Pedro?
What's up? So my game of the week, obviously, Bills Mafia. We played against the
Let's
Browns
go,
in Detroit.
Buffalo.
So I predicted we were gonna win this game, not the way I expected it, but I definitely predicted that we were gonna win this game. I like how we won this game as well. We didn't. So in throughout the season, we've relied everything on Allen. That's our workhorse for run game, pass game. I'll be surprised if one day we don't put him in the punt return somehow. Like that's what we do. That's just how the Bills run. But this is the first game that Josh Allen rushed only 3 times and only for 7 yards, and we won.
Terrible formula. I need y'all to run with him, throw with him. He's my starting quarterback for fantasy.
I believe you. I believe you. But yeah, no. The 3 other times where Josh Allen wasn't the leading rusher were 3-0. So the thing too that puzzles me as a Bills fan, and I'm sure everybody laughs at us, when we get like something good running, like last week when we played against the Vikings or we played against the Jets, we were run heavy the first half. and then we just did away with it like as if it never happened for whatever reason. And I think with this game, it showed that Josh Allen might be still a little hurt with that forearm elbow injury that he had, because he wasn't running as much. He wasn't throwing it down the field to Diggs and Davis. We actually used the run game throughout the whole game, which proved for a win. So, and we shut down, which was extremely hard. I didn't expect this. We shut down Chubb for 14 for 19 yards and Hunt 5 for 30.
That's impressive, man.
It
is, especially when he's my starter in fantasy.
That's impressive, man.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. So Josh Allen legit played as a game manager, and we got a dub. And I'm not saying he needs to do this every time, because with this upcoming game against Lions, as we just said, they're a top ranked
offense.
Their offense is great. He's gonna have to put us back on the shoulders, but it's good that we played in Detroit, and we actually, I understand we were technically the home team, but all our guys were in the visitors locker rooms and everything. So we got because we know how football players are, they're a creature of habit. So that right there, we're trying to prepare for the next game and everything like that.
Yep.
So
I mean, that actually makes sense too.
Yeah.
That makes
so
sense.
Definitely go Bills, and let's leave it to you, man.
I'll say I am before anyone else chimed in, I am thoroughly glad you guys beat the Cleveland Browns. You know how I feel about the Browns. Everybody in my division is an op. So I'm thoroughly glad you guys beat him. And 19 yards, man. I hate to say it, but I wish DJ Reader was there when we played them, because Chubb, he ran all over us. He made us. Made us look bad. They made us look bad. So, yeah.
And even going back to the Green Bay game, I mean, Aaron Jones was playing horrible before that, and he ran all over us. We got the dub, but we have been historically bad at the run defense. So it leads to show you that we are trying to learn more or less. And shout out also to our running backs, Singletary and Cook. Both had 86 yards each. So
which was crazy.
That's big.
Right.
I like to see Cook do well, just because I know a lot of people pick him in like fantasy leagues. For like dynasty, especially for dynasty. So him getting like more carries now just bids well for him for next year for sure.
100%.
Yeah. So on to the game that I thoroughly watched, thoroughly invested in. Cincinnati Bengals take down the Pittsburgh Steelers. And
it's a struggle a little bit, but
we shouldn't talk about struggles.
Not from a Giants fan.
Okay. I ain't throw no smoke at you, but we shouldn't talk about struggles. Okay.
Can you put an L up on the screen, because he's literally the only one that this team couldn't win this week. So you probably should just hit the mute button.
We moved to 6-4. We have a 500 record when it comes to away games versus home games at 3-3, and it felt good to get our first divisional win. Like, it felt good to get our first divisional win. And not only that, it felt good. It felt good that we put up 30-plus points without Jamar Chase on the field, who's been reportedly supposed to be coming back to practice this week. And he said he's going to try his hardest to play in that Titans game. Even if he doesn't, I mean, it's the Titans. They're a tough team no matter what. But I feel a lot better because my boy Joe Burrow, he looking like MVP Joe Burrow from the end of last season. My guy, 355 yards with 4 touchdowns. Now, he did have 2 interceptions. But if y'all watch the game, they weren't like boneheaded plays where the quarterback just, threw a ball right into the defender's hands. When I say these interceptions were like amazing plays from the defender, like TJ Watt, I don't know what it is, but when it comes to him and Joe Burrow, it's just like they always going at each other when it comes to who's trying to win.
It's a divisional game, so it's what you expect of it.
Yeah, my boy TJ Watt, I respect him, man. He caught an interception at the line of scrimmage while fighting with Lyle Collins. And it was like amazing because not for nothing, as good as TJ Watt was, he was getting shut down this game. And my boy Lyle Collins said, "You will not do me like how you did me week 1."
In the beginning.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. So now TJ Watt did have some pressures, but for the most of the game, my boy Lyle held it down, man. And I mean, so in the biggest thing that I really liked about it, because they did have most of their defenders there. All of their D-line was there. Minka came back, and even with all of that, and we were playing second and third string wide receivers. Even with in the midst of all that, we went 3 of 9 for third downs, and even in a lot of our third down situations, we were like short yardage situations, like real short yardage situations. And then even on some of the deep pass, deep ball plays. Now, normally all our deep ball plays are you see number 1, 9-1, and this time you see a lot of T. Higgins. T. Higgins had a monstrous game. You also see a rare sighting of Tyler Boyd. I know fantasy owners don't like the season that Tyler Boyd is having.
So ridiculous.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and
I had him last year. He was fine last year.
Yeah, and I myself as a fan, I really dislike the fact that I can watch other teams use their slot wide receivers to like the best of their abilities.
Yeah.
And then I see us with Tyler Boyd, and I'm like, the dude only dropped 1 pass last year, and that drop pass was in the Super Bowl.
I guess that might have ended his career.
Yeah,
that sound like play calling right there.
Exactly. And I mean, if y'all know me, y'all know how I feel about Zach Taylor. He could be the head coach, but get the play calling sheet away from him. But I just liked how even against this good defense, we consistently got production on first down. And even when they like moved to like this front where they spread the line out and they brought a linebacker up to where it was just a 5-man on 5-man, where now they got the tackles 1-on-1 with TJ, and then you got our rookie guard 1-on-1 with Cam Hayward. We adjusted really well. Now they did have some pressures, but most of their sacks that they got in the game came very late. It wasn't like a lot of early sacks in the game where they were disruptive. So I did like the fact that we were moving the ball. I am a little upset that going forward, our defense is going to look a little shaky in the secondary because we got a rookie on one side and then we got Eli Apple on one side. And Pickens, man, it was some deep pass plays where he was just there, man. It was nothing that our corners could do. And then on top of the fact, it was like when Cheeto Bay Awuzie is there, it's not too much confusion in trips formations, bunch formations, stack formations, right? And I mean, the Cowboys fan, they know about Cheeto Bay. I mean, he wasn't the best when he was there, but he turned into an all-pro playing level.
Before he left, he was
once a player leave a team.
Oh yeah,
that's keeping them down.
Yeah,
they project.
kind of like Eli Apple, right?
Yeah, Apple was good with us, but we had lockdown corners then.
Hey,
seems to be better with
Apple
Cincinnati.
been playing good for us too. It's crazy because as much hate he got in the Super Bowl, I think in the Super Bowl he really only gave up 3 passes for 17 yards
and a pass interference touchdown.
I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say.
No, I'm saying it was offensive pass interference.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was saying. That was the goal, but yeah.
I mean, we play the Titans next. But other than that, it just felt good just to beat the Steelers. Like it felt really good. I know we got a rookie corner on the other side of where Cheeto Bay was supposed to be, but I will say I like the fact that he tackles. It's crazy because he led the team in tackles. Rookie corner led the team in tackles on Sunday, and normally that was like a spot for us that was difficult. That other corner, are they going to be able to tackle in space? Because we used to get eat up by corners who couldn't tackle.
They was picking on him. They were trying to pick on him.
And what's crazy is he's the fastest one on the team. Him and Dax Hill, but Dax Hill, he'd been injured, so he didn't play. So, I mean, it was pretty impressive win. Mainly just because we put up 30 with no Jamar Chase. So
let me ask you this then. I mean, just moving forward, y'all second in the division. Do you think you guys got a shot at taking over the division or? So I ask is, because Baltimore they have the easiest schedule moving forward. So, what's your thoughts on that?
So our schedule is like the opposite of Baltimore's schedule. We got the Titans, we got the Bills, we got Kansas City, we got Buccaneers, and Buccaneers are starting to pick it up. So it's just like, and we just seen what Kansas City did last night. I will say this, and this is just me being
only
unbiased.
14 seconds.
We will not. I don't think we'll beat the Ravens as far as winning the division. Mainly just because, like you said, easier division, easier rest of the schedule, and for somehow they just been figuring out how to get it done, even without number one wide receivers, even without Mark Andrews. Running game has been excellent, so a lot of respect to the Ravens. But I don't see us winning the division, and this Titans matchup is going to be difficult for us because my boy just went out with a concussion, man. My boy just went out with a concussion, Joe Mixon, and I don't know if he's going to be able to play come Sunday. So that's going to be tough. And we know Titans, they play everybody tough.
Oh,
yeah. So,
so we want to go on to tonight's game.
Yep.
We got San Fran versus Arizona in New Mexico.
Oh, they're in New Mexico.
Yeah, they're in New Mexico. They're the first team to ever play outside of the United States. Them two teams, and now they're back where it all started.
Nice.
Okay. It's not bad.
But I got San Fran. I had Arizona, but Kyler Murray not playing.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say no chance, but slim. But I hope Connor eats tonight because I need Connor to eat and Kittle to go off.
Kittle been sleeping lately. He ain't really been doing too much.
Because they got CMC now.
Yeah, gotta feed him. Gotta feed him. I'm going San Fran as well. No Kyler. I don't see Arizona really having a chance.
So I'm torn in between because I understand, Murray's out, but I do like Arizona. The reason why is so you got Arizona and they got Colt McCoy slinging it. He has a lot of chemistry with Moore, and you got D-Hop coming off. He is a little banged up with a hamstring injury, but he'll fight through it, I'm sure. And then they're still trying to figure out because Eli Mitchell is coming back and still splitting the carries between CMC. So I think there'll be not so much confusion, but they're still trying to figure it out. Now, this is a divisional game, so as you saw this past weekend, all divisional games could come down to the wire with, i.e., Cincy and Pittsburgh, the Jets and Pats. So probably not next week with the Giants and Cowboys, but
all right, sleep on them. That's what I want.
Well, look, I myself. So initially, I was torn between the two. I will say I've always had San Fran winning, but my pick, my mind has always been balancing between the two because even with Colt McCoy, the Cardinals have won games. And Colt McCoy has won several games for Arizona. So my mind has kind of been like wavering between the two just because one, it's Jimmy G. It's primetime game. Who knows how he's going to play? You know how he's going to play. Not saying he's Kirk Cousins, but who knows how he's going to play. If they could just continue to just let C-Mac and their other running backs continue to run the ball, then cool. I do have DeAndre Hopkins in fantasy. Not that it's going to make a big difference because I pretty much lost in one of my leagues. But I do want to. I like to see continued elevated performance because that makes me feel comfortable going into the next week. So I would like to see D-Hop having a game. I'm more so just focused on us making sure we have a good game because as long as we have a good game, as long as they have a good game, then next week I don't feel bad if I'm picking D-Hop and putting them in my starting lineup. But again, Colt McCoy, he's no slouch. He's definitely won games for them this year and last year. So, I mean, for me, it's been a toss-up. Even though I've always had San Fran selected, I will not be surprised if Arizona come out here and win this ball game.
That's tough. San Fran is looking like one of the top-ranked defenses. So,
Last
I don't
week,
know.
I had
I believe
San
in
Fran going to the
defense.
Super Bowl. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember seeing that. So I think it's going to be tough. I think San Fran's defense puts them. They can negate Jimmy G and his downfalls. He's also playing to prove himself too. I mean, dude he's still trying to be in this league. So
He's gonna
I
get a
think
contract next year with somebody else.
somebody's got to. They got to. So I stick with San Fran. I think San Fran take it.
So it's looking like San Fran green across the board.
Yes, sir.
All right. I hope out of Pedro and Ramon, I hope you're not playing mind games, man. Because once 820 start, that pick is locked in. That pick is locked in.
I just seen the ESPN thing come across saying the game started. So
Okay.
A few minutes.
Oh, is it a few minutes? Oh, is it about to start? Okay. I did see something on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a dope game, man.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
All righty. Well, this was a good little chat leading up to this Monday night game. Again, unfortunately, the Super Bowl contender Giants lost and stuff like that. But we were gonna turn it around in a few weeks. We just need the wild card. This is, the fourth year of Daniel Jones. I'm just gonna keep saying that. I'll just leave it there. But go ahead, like, subscribe. I thank you all. This was awesome. We'll catch you all next time. Peace.
Peace. Good show, fellas.